Hey, welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving into what is arguably the ultimate biological life upgrade, mastering your bedroom's microclimate. Think about it. We spend roughly a third of our lives at home in our beds. Yet so many of us leave our physical recovery and our brain function completely to chance just by ignoring the environment around us. Well, today we're going to fix that and totally transform the way you approach your nights so you can conquer your days. Let me ask you something. Have you ever just bolted awake in the early morning, completely drenched in sweat, maybe kicking the covers off in a total panic? Yeah, it's actually incredibly common. But here's the thing. It's a symptom of a collapsing sleep architecture. Your environment is quite literally fighting your biology, and your body is sounding the alarm. Mastering your bedroom's microclimate really is the ultimate biological life upgrade. You see, sleep isn't just powering down like a laptop. It's this intensely active, fluctuating roller coaster of biological processes. When you gain physical control over your bedroom environment, you actively unlock deep cellular repair. You efficiently flush waste products out of your brain, protecting against cognitive decline. And you set yourself up for peak energy the next day. It's the foundation for absolutely everything you do. So to actually pull off this life upgrade, we've got to look at how your body handles temperature across the night. Your sleep is basically split into two radically different states. First, you've got non-rapid eye movement, or NREM sleep, which absolutely requires a massive heat dump for deep physical repair. Then you've got REM sleep, where your internal thermostat is actually disabled, and suddenly you need environmental insulation. These two states have completely conflicting needs. Part 1. The NREM core heat dump. All right, let's explore the first half of your night, which is dominated by that physically restorative NREM sleep. To actually transition from being awake into a state of deep sleep, your body has to actively shed heat. We are talking about a mandatory core body temperature drop of 1 to 2 degrees Celsius. If your bedroom traps heat and blocks this exact temperature drop, your brain essentially hits the brakes, keeping you stranded in a light, easily disrupted sleep that leaves you totally exhausted the next morning. Your body pulls off this core temperature drop through a really brilliant cardiovascular trick called distal vasodilation. Basically, it pushes warm blood away from your internal organs right out toward your hands and feet. So your body literally uses your extremities as biological exhaust pipes to rapidly push your core heat out into the room. It's an incredibly efficient system, but it only works if the room is actually cool enough to absorb that heat. Now fast forward to later in the night during REM, or dream sleep. You enter this bizarre physiological state known as poikilothermia. Your brain temporarily shuts off your autonomic temperature control to paralyze your muscles so you don't act out your dreams. Because of this, you completely lose the ability to sweat or shiver. You effectively become cold-blooded, just like a reptile, and are entirely vulnerable to your room's temperature. When you map this out on an 8-hour timeline, the biological conflict is glaring. Starting around 9 p.m., melatonin begins priming your system. By 11 p.m., you need a cool environment to execute that crucial NREM heat dump. Then, by 2 a.m., your core temperature hits rock bottom in a biological trough. But watch what happens by 4 a.m. This is when REM sleep takes over, and you're in that highly vulnerable, cold-blooded state. If your room's too hot right then, your body temperature spikes, your brain panics because you can't sweat, and boom, you wake up kicking the covers off. So how do we hack this contradiction? Well, research pinpoints the absolute optimal biological sweet spot for your ambient room temperature right between 16 and 19 degrees Celsius. This specific range acts as the perfect heat sink for that initial NREM heat dump, allowing you to get that deep repair, but it's just cool enough to prevent you from dangerously overheating when you become poikilothermic during early morning REM sleep. Part 2. Humidity and airflow, the invisible variables. But hey, just setting the thermostat to 18 degrees is honestly only half the battle. You've got to account for the invisible variables too. The crucial point here is that 40 to 50% is the biological sweet spot for bedroom humidity. Why does this matter so much? Because that initial NREM core heat dump relies heavily on microscopic sweat evaporating from your skin. If your room's humidity is above 60%, the air is saturated. Your sweat can't evaporate, the heat stays trapped right against your body, and your deep sleep is entirely blocked. Beyond just humidity, poor bedroom airflow is a massive issue. If you're sleeping with your door and windows completely shut, your carbon dioxide levels are silently spiking every time you exhale. Studies clearly show that when CO2 hits above 1150 parts per million, it actively disturbs your sleep quality. Push that concentration past 2600, and you are measurably ruining your cognitive performance, your focus, and your reaction times for the entire next day. You absolutely must ensure adequate ventilation. This invisible air quality battle also applies to how your own body manages airflow. You have to breathe through your nose at night. Nasal breathing acts like a built-in climate control system. It filters allergens, humidifies the incoming air, and pumps out nitric oxide, which dramatically improves oxygen delivery to your cells. Mouth breathing, on the other hand, just dumps cold, dry air into your system, causes snoring, and significantly raises your risk for sleep apnea and severe morning fatigue. Part 3. Engineering your sleep shell. Since you're going to be keeping your room nice and cool, you need to construct a protective, highly breathable sleep shell using your mattress and bedding. And your mattress is the foundation here. Traditional memory foam, especially older models, acts like a sponge for your body heat, which completely ruins your core temperature drop. Hybrids are a great middle ground with internal coil airflow. Meanwhile, natural latex provides fantastic temperature regulation and minimal breakdown over time. And structure matters, because when a mattress loses firmness under your hips and shoulders, it destroys your spinal alignment and constantly disrupts your rest. Just to give you a sense of how insanely impactful this foundation is for your daily life, a clinical study found that simply replacing an old, unsupportive mattress with a new, medium-firm one improved participants' overall sleep quality by a staggering 55.3%. Oh, and it simultaneously cut back pain by nearly half. Talk about a massive biological upgrade for just one single change. Moving to your covers, you want to stick to 3 simple rules to finish building your shell. Step 1. Completely ditch the heat-trapping synthetics. Polyester sheets are basically plastic wrap for your body. Step 2. Go for highly breathable natural fibers like lemon, bamboo, or a crisp percale cotton. And step 3. Use the easy kick strategy. Layer your bed with a breathable sheet and a separate blanket. So if your body temperature spikes during a REM cycle, you can effortlessly kick off a layer without freezing in the cool room. Part 4, the perfect pre-sleep protocol. All right, let's talk about the routines that set up this perfect mental and physical microclimate before your head even hits the pillow. First, build a true cave-like environment. Keep noise consistently below 45 decibels. Grab earplugs or a white noise machine if you live in a loud area. Next, try this amazing biohack. Take a warm bath or shower right before bed. The warm water actually pulls blood away from your core out to your extremities, perfectly priming you to execute that massive core temperature drop the second you step into your cool bedroom. Finally, skip the screens and wind down with a physical book or a light mental exercise to distract your brain. Funny enough, the ultimate perfect pre-sleep protocol actually begins the second you wake up. Getting exposure to bright blue morning light tells your brain's master clock to release cortisol, which shakes off the sleep inertia and firmly sets your rhythm for the day. But in the evening, you absolutely must switch to warm, red-toned light and avoid those glowing screens. Blue light at night actively crushes the melatonin your body desperately needs to make you sleepy and lower your temperature. And look, this isn't just casual lifestyle advice. This is elite, high-performance science. Organizations like the Gatorade Sports Science Institute highlight the professional athletes use these exact environmental controls. They are meticulously managing light, temperature, humidity, and their pre-sleep routines to maximize physical recovery, improve sprint times, and guarantee reaction accuracy. The exact same principles apply to you conquering your own workday. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a critical question to chew on tonight. Take a good hard look at your thermostat, your airflow, and your bedding. Ask yourself, is your bedroom a carefully engineered recovery cave, or is it basically a biological trap? You've got the knowledge and the tools now. Go optimize that environment and take total control of your ultimate life upgrade.